Hello and welcome to this model, and we're talking about resilience. What is resilience? Resilience is the ability to not only recover quickly from a crisis, but to bounce back and even thrive. What is thriving? Thriving means you're doing well. So resilience is the ability to not only recover quickly from a crisis, but to bounce back better and do well. Resilience is a choice. You can choose to let your setback define you, but what definition will you be giving to your setback? What would you be saying about that setback? Don't forget that everything worthwhile is uphill. This was said by John Maxwell. And the truth about everything being worthwhile, being uphill, is everything that is worthwhile needs effort, it needs consistency, it needs intentionality, and it needs consciousness. So you can let your setback define you in a positive or in a negative way. Resilience is a choice. Resilience is the ability to bounce back after something tough has happened to you and even do better. I'm going to be telling you that reframing is important when it comes to resilience. Reframing is the general change in a person's mindset, whether it be a positive or a negative change. And it is in your mind. That's why we said in a person's mindset. Instead of saying, I'm not good at this, you ask yourself, what am I missing? Because like they say, everything is figure outable. You can figure out anything if you put your mind to it. Instead of saying this is too hard, you can tell yourself this may take some time and effort, but I will get to it. Instead of saying I'm not good enough, you can actually try thinking, what do I need to do to be able to be that good? So reframing is very, very important when it comes to resilience. What are some resilient practices that are important that you have? One, make failure your friend. Failure is feedback. Don't look at failure like the end of your life. It's feedback. If you relapse at some point, you can ask yourself, what did I do that I shouldn't have done? Or what didn't I do that I should have done? Failure is feedback, okay? Number two, master your emotions or they will master you. If you don't master your emotions will take control of your life. So it's important that you master your emotions, know what you're feeling. Emotions are data, emotions are information. So when something is happening to you, instead of just falling apart and saying, why things always happening to me, and having that guilt, that victim mentality, you can reframe that question and say, why is this thing happening to me? What do I need to know? What am I missing? That's how you take data from your information, from your emotion. Take data from your emotion and do better with the information. Number three, make emotions an asset. An asset is something that adds to you. So having your emotions should not be something that is making you fall apart. You should be able to understand your emotions and know how you can make them propel you forward, make them help you thrive. Okay? Number four, get small wins under your belt. When you have done a few days of sobriety, tell yourself, well done, Tega, you have done well. When you have been able to stay away from your triggers, tell yourself, well done, you have done well. Get small wins under your belt. If you have been able to pass by that store or avoid that store that is a trigger for you, tell yourself, well done, you have done well. Get small wins under your belt. Don't be so hard on yourself. Number five, see the big picture. What is the big picture? What is the end product of this your sober living? To be able to do things with yourself, to be able to manage your life better. So those are the things, that's the big picture. What is the advantage of seeing the big picture? Number one, it helps you have hopeful living. Defeat is in your mind, but resilience is in the heart, is in the hopeful heart. So it's very important that you see the big picture. And these are the reasons why seeing the big picture is good. It gives you hopeful living. Generosity to others. You're able to extend grace to others. A better you emerges. Resilience is not about how hard a hit you can give. It's also about how many hits you can take and still keep moving forward, becoming better with each blow. That's why I said you can thrive. These are some resilience scenarios. When you don't get to play at a sport that you want to at lunchtime, what do? Do you throw a tantrum? Do you start talking about the people everywhere? Or do you just go and ask your coach, what have I done? Is there a reason why I'm sitting back and not playing today? Use that information, which is feedback, to do better and get better. Use that feedback to do better and get better so that next time they will call you to play. Remember what I said. Is there something you've done that you shouldn't have done? Is there something you shouldn't have done that you did? Ask yourself questions and be honest with yourself. How do you build resilience? These are another few practices that you can use. Emotion-focused coping, acceptance, humor, positive reframing. I spoke about that earlier. Problem-focused coping. Read through all of them and it will help you build resilience. Remember, bad feelings don't last. Bad feelings have a purpose and they prompt us to do things differently to normalize setback. It's not unusual to have difficulties in life. Bad feelings help us to see every problem. Put things in perspective when things come at you. The problem is usually confined to only one part of your life. Remember the value of a human being. Nothing can be a great release only if it's well-intentioned. Take responsibility for your actions. I also want you to think of someone who overcame a difficulty. When you think of that person, know how the person is, or even think of a time when you overcame a difficult situation. Persist and believe that you will get there. Look for an adult who is a great support system for you, and it will help you greatly. Give it your all. Redo if necessary. Ignore giving up. Take time to do it right. The acronym is GRIT. GRIT is also very important when it comes to resilience. So G is for give it your all. R is redo if necessary. I is ignore giving up. T is take time to do it right. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. What is the one thing you would do to become more resilient today? How will you accomplish it? What is the most important thing you have learned about resilience? These 3 questions, ask yourself and be honest with yourself and answer them. Thank you very much. See you in the next lesson.